Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your cannabis business podcast. Today, we're going to do a top 10 cannabis news stories of the week. Today's episode is sponsored by The Great Outdoors. We're going to start with number 10 on this list, that Champion Brands is headlining a virtual psychedelic conference. Number 9 is Brad Rogers, CEO of Red, White, and Bloom. Talked about in an interview the meaning of a super state operator, their strategy behind staying private until now, the assessment of the market, revenue opportunities, and what investors can expect. Number 8 on the list is that Silicon Valley billionaire Peter Thiel backs the psychedelic firm ATAI in a $24 million funding round. Number 7 is about how to understand CBD lingo. So CBD, or cannabidiol, is a non-euphoric cannabinoid found in both hemp and high THC cannabis. Knowing the difference between broad spectrum, full spectrum, and isolate, as well as CBD oil and hemp seed oil, can help you choose the products that are right for you. Number 6, UK psychedelics firm secures an $80 million to ramp up a study of magic mushrooms on depression. Number 5, the CIBC, they reduced their cannabis sales forecast for 2020. Prior to coronavirus pandemic, the CIBC had initially estimated cannabis sales to hit $3.4 billion. One of Canada's main banking subsidiaries, the CIBC Capital Markets, they reduced the adult size use forecast for 2020 to only $2.5 billion. So the predicted decrease in recreational cannabis sales stems from a slowdown and slow rollout of retail sales in several significant provinces, in addition to closings of store locations across the country amid this pandemic. Number 4 on the list, psychedelic pharmaceutical company MindMed says it found an off switch to end a bad LSD trip. Number 3 on the list, Trump's administration could let researchers study cannabis dispensary products, and scientists argue after the Department of Justice memo was released. So they want lawmakers help pressuring the Trump administration to take advantage of a process they say would not necessarily violate international treaties. So a scientist in a case that forced the release of a previously secret Justice Department document about federally authorized cannabis research is calling on Congress to urge administrative action to more rapidly expand studies into the therapeutic potential of cannabis. Number 2 on the list, Hollister Biosciences closes an acquisition of psychedelic company AlphaMind. And number 1, investors are jumping into psychedelics after learning hard lessons in the cannabis industry. With Vegas close, I say go ahead and gamble if you want to. Just taking a look here, we're doing really well by comparison to MJ and Podex. As our own AI-based investment opportunity is up 30% year to date. So we are up 118% since August versus Podex. We're up 58% year to date versus MJ. And so our AI-based algorithm with technical analysis and predictive analytics is doing really, really well. You can see that the weekly jump wasn't as good as MJ and Podex, but we don't have to take as many risks. So it's interesting to see this week over week. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Look for our weekly stock market update with Rohit Srivastava, Chief Investment Officer and Portfolio Manager with Sarojin Banu Fund, who does that podcast with us. That'll drop later this week. We're also going to do a podcast about cannabis and coffee and how mixing them affects your high. Coffee is all about business, so we're going to just kind of include that in a fun little thing, either later this week or this weekend. And then also do another update for the financial markets. Might do an episode about what the NFL is telling us about the economy, in addition to a financial market overview. Talk about what little stocks are being purchased, investors, what they're doing, and then the outcome for silver, gold, precious metals. Let me know if you have any comments. Also, let me know what you guys want to see in the future. If there's some episodes I did in the past that I've left out, or just something I've completely forgotten about or I haven't done. Let me know what you'd like to hear, what you want to see. Leave some comments, and let's communicate. It's a small family out there, so let's let that Talking Hedge family kind of communicate amongst one another. So hit that notification button so you don't miss any of it. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out.